JFY Networks is an organization that's been around for quite a while. It was started in 1976 under the title Jobs for Youth. So it's always been a workforce development organization.
We first started working with the public schools. Actually, we ran a JFYSci that took young kids who were thrown out of the schools, and we got them that high school diploma. As technology began to grow in its use throughout the country, really, we began to focus on using that technology to help young people in the schools.
The only way you're going to get kids interested in anything is by making it fun, making it interesting, making it exciting. And it's pretty clear to me and to all of us who are doing this that you have about a 99% better chance of making things interesting by including technology in the instruction.
And so now the challenge is for us to somehow merge that into the education system so that it is used to help young people learn.
We find the best material that we can find, and we aggregate that into a curriculum, into a sequence of modules or activity objects that tracks the course of the curriculum. You can align a class to a teacher's lesson plan. You can align it to the state frameworks. You can align it to the exit test. You can align it to any armature that you want.
We've had low test scores for several years, and we've done an awful lot of work to really impact the student achievement here. And we've found the technology to be really a powerful way to impact student achievement, in part because it allows us to differentiate the instruction so that we're able to give students individualized programming so that they can improve at their own pace within the area of their need.
So we built a course called JFYSci with JFY Networks, and JFYSci is a 7th and 8th grade science curriculum. It's rich, it's engaging, it lives online. And adaptive curriculum is kind of the rock star inside JFYSci because this is the leading edge example of what teaching and learning will look like in the 21st century.
What we do is we bring the technology into the classroom. That means we set up the whole curriculum, we align the software to whatever the teacher wants. Some teachers want it aligned to their daily lesson plan, some teachers want it aligned to the state test. If it's not aligned to what the teacher is doing, it's not going to work for that teacher.
My lesson plans I all type them out on my laptop. My before class work is MCAS generated questions, and I take those from the DOE website and just make a document and use that for before class work. We're going to have a jumpstart lesson I usually do with the class, and then from there we go to adaptive, which is on JFYSci, but it's linked over to my website. Each of the teachers in our school has a web page that they're in charge of maintaining. What I do is I link JFYSci through there, and also towards the end of the lesson they're going to use the exit question, which is on a blog page, which is also connected to my web page. My grades are online, so my parents could come and check their grades for their students. I update grades almost every day, so it's almost real time. They can see if their students are succeeding or if they need improvement in any areas.
We are there throughout the year making sure that things are working, helping with tech problems, helping with instructional problems, when we running reports and helping teachers track the progress of their students so that we know when a curriculum adjustment needs to be made. That's our role. And that's the professional development side of JFYNet that really makes the software come to life for the teachers and for the kids.
Our whole role is to help teachers integrate technology into their curriculum. There's a couple of functions. I mean, we are hands-on in the classroom, and I feel in many ways that's my most important function because I'm here to work with the students and help the teacher. We want technology to be fun for the teacher and for the students. So we're here to help. We're here to help you use the technology, to make it easier for the teacher to use the technology, not only in terms of being here, but in providing material, providing resources, acting as support, all the things that teachers need in their daily routine.
Joan is great. We've known each other for about 1.5 years now, and she's been great. She's not only a support between JFYSci and Adaptive, but she's also a support in the classroom because she has built relationships with my students.
When we put a lesson in front of a class, they get right into the adaptive curriculum. They like working with it. It holds their attention. If it's something that kids are accustomed to, that they're functional in, and that they like doing, they're going to come into the classroom in the morning. They're going to sit down. They're going to log on, and they're going to get busy because they like doing it. It's not about, am I going to pass this test? It's about, hey, this is kind of fun. And for almost all kids, if not absolutely all kids, the idea of the math and fun are two words that don't belong in the same sentence.
They love the technology. I mean, that's the question. Am I going to use my laptop? Mr. B, I'm using my laptop. We're using our laptop, Mr. B. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we are. Just get the agenda. We're going to use it. So they're really excited to use the laptops and really work with the technology.
I think it is a benefit, like an advantage. And we all do appreciate us having laptops because it helps us learn better in our activities because it makes the activities funner and easier learning because a lot of us are visual learners.
Well, technology in the science class is cool because I love science, and we do some good projects on the laptops that we do.
Well, I think it's actually very great, and it helps us a lot more than usually. And being able to use technology, we're able to explore more than we would to have them doing it on the board or writing it down.
So the work that we're doing with adaptive curriculum in science is something that we really, as a model, we want to do more broadly across the whole school. We have a vision that learning will happen digitally for all kids within 5 or 6 years. We think this is a foregone conclusion. It happens here pretty much every single day. And so the trick now is how do we engineer and iterate that learning experience for kids so it gets better and better all the time. You know, the ability, for instance, to have a kid go through a learning object in the adaptive curriculum and then know that that needs to be followed by another set of learning objects that are really customized to that kid's experience, sort of a school of one, where the resources are wrapped around that child digitally is where we're going.
I think the use of technology is such a powerful opportunity for students and the adults that I would highly recommend other principals make the decision to bring technology into their school. Having a program like JFYSci is very helpful, especially for the novice, because it's all created for you. And the effort required to implement it is a little bit different than the effort to start from scratch if you're trying to create curriculum.
If you can individualize it, if you can give the student control over the pace of it, and if in the first place it's entertaining and engaging and so forth, and it's aligned to what the state expects the student to learn, you have a very good chance of accomplishing your goal, which is high school graduates who can actually function in the real world.
What's happening with technology is the rate, it's accelerating in its use. And we have not yet reached that tipping point in education, but eventually we will, and then it's going to take off and it'll be everywhere.